welcome. I'm Jess Campmans with Guided by Equus, and I'm here with your HorseWisdom energy forecast for the week of January 20th. Behind me I have Sadie, and I am grateful to say that it is finally warmed up here and the cold spell is broken. But the wind has returned, so I'm trying to keep the sound the best quality for you guys. So that's why I have my hood up. And just taking a breath, I came out here and I moved the horses out of their pen where they eat in. And Sadie was alongside the fence, and there was something that was calling to me to connect with her that felt like it had to do with this space of this week. And the word that's coming is actually intrinsic, which means deep inside of us, like those qualities that I like to use the word intrinsic motivation. So it's those things inside of us that motivate us to do something. And with that, I guess I just feel actually really inspired to tune into something, whatever it is this week, to share with you guys. And Sadie has really been a huge part of my own personal journey. Parts of it I've actually had a lot of shame around because Sadie, for a number of different times, foundered and couldn't move and laid there on her side for one winter, and just still has body and movement, not issues I would say, but I'm inspired. She inspires me actually to find the answers, to dig deeper. And I guess if I relate that to what is intrinsic, that is intrinsic within me, is to find the answers and dig deeper. And I guess that's what I do through this work and for much of my life. If it doesn't make sense to me, I am someone that needs to find the answer. And so January feels like it's been just really kind of, the words all over the place aren't even right. It's like there's this feeling that it's almost over, the month of January, and yet we've been hit with a ton of bricks, or hit by a whole, I don't know, to where we haven't actually been able to move forward in a way that you think, oh, it's the new year and here we go. And it feels actually really related to, I'm getting this deep sense of dread almost that's sinking in my stomach. But what that feels like, and it's interesting because I've had this thing in the back of my throat for the last few days that feel like I'm trying to swallow a ball in my throat. And so what this is that's interesting. Stormy just came to join us, and Stormy is Sadie's daughter. What this sense of dread in the pit of our stomach, or this thing that's inhibiting our throat, it's for us to sense into that. And so January's actually had us have to take a step back from moving forward so we can, the words, redesign our life. And with Sadie, it's like redesigning a program to keep her foundationally supported. And so she's just now moving forward and licking and chewing. And it feels like when we can find that thing that has created that dread or fear in us of being able to move forward as we really want to, when we know what that is, even if we don't understand why it's in our life, but when we know what that is, we can then make a choice. And so saying that and having to take that deep breath, and Sadie and Stormy are standing side by side right now, because we need that support from, I guess, from our own system within us. Because if our body is not supporting our well-being, and so if we're holding things inside of us that we aren't conscious of, we can't actually support ourselves. And when we can tap into those things inside of us instead of fearing them, there we discover the answer. And so with that, what the horses have kind of continually showed and shared with me is that when we hold space for wherever it is that we're feeling stuck or feeling pain or feeling like a lump in our throat or something in the pit of our stomach, holding space for it, which means really at the most basic, holding your hands over that area to create a space for the answer to come to you. And it might not come to you immediately, but by giving it space to rather than forcing it or crushing it or just demanding that, why isn't this working for me? We have to create a space for the answer to find us. And so with this week and that word intrinsic, there is that sense of something that is really wanting to, I want to say, rise within us. And it's an intrinsic quality that we really want to bring to the rest of this year. But the biggest and most important and best way to do that is by holding space for it. And Surf has kind of left the herd to come and share, and what he brings is a powerful presence in a way that is very gentle and soft-spoken. Soft-spoken is kind of a human word, but in a way that he holds space. He holds power through space. And Stormy too is coming to share. And I guess just to be part of that her wisdom is to allow. So when we allow ourselves to create that space, even if we think, well, we have to do this and we have to move forward, when we have to do something, we're actually disconnecting ourselves from the thing that is trying to find its way into our life. And if that is a meaning or a message or an understanding or even just a feeling or a memory or something, the way to allow it to find itself, to find its way into our life, is to hold space for it. So, and now everybody's starting to join us. So much love from myself and the horses, and I look forward to sharing what the last week of January brings us next week, and as we move forward into February and the second month of 2020. So much love from myself and the horses, and take care till next week.